Good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to No Breaks Television. I'm your announcer, Phil Ellis. Tonight we have the New Era Bash race number 4 for the Dirt Series. We are at Williams Grove tonight. Good amount of cars tonight. It looks like we have street stocks, UMP modifieds, and 360 sprint cars on tap. Hot laps taking place right now. Looks like the street stocks on track. Looks like we have 7 street stocks for tonight. Good amount of street stocks. Lately there's only been 2 or so good to see some more show up. Looks like UMP modifieds. There are looks like there's 8 or 9 UMP modifieds, and looks like 6 sprint cars. So good amount of cars on tap for all 3 classes. Going to be some good racing. Right now, street stocks doing hot laps. Fast time right now, Derek Fetkenhauer at a 24.925. Trevor Baker second with a 24.97. Chad Hanna third with a 25.104. Brad Doss fourth with a 25.138. Edward Easley with a 25.596, and Leland Karlblom 27.033, and Jonathan Anderson rounds out the cars, taking hot laps in the street stocks right now with a 28.610. I'd like to thank some sponsors for Dirt Series. Midwest Racing Development coming on board this week. I'd like to thank them. Thank you. Understeer Motorsports as well, and Finish First Designs. You need any overlays, graphics, car paints, websites, anything, look up Finish First Designs. Give them a holler. Tell them No Breaks TV sent you. Street stock still wrapping up their hot laps right now. Looks like we have the 34 Leland Karlblom on track right now, as well as the 71 of Edward Easley, the 13 of Jonathan Anderson. Those 3 making some hot laps right now here at Williams Grove. Little history about Williams Grove Speedway. Williams Grove is a half-mile track in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Track's been open since May 21st, 1939. Once again, if you're just joining us, New Era Bash race number 4 for the Dirt Series tonight here on No Breaks Television. Thanks for joining. I'm your announcer, Phil Ellis. Hot laps underway right now for the street stocks. Also have UMP modifieds and sprint cars on tap. As soon as these hot laps are done, we'll get into heat races and the mains. The races the last 2 weeks have been phenomenal. Michael Hamann and Chad Hanna had some awesome battles the last 2 weeks in the late models. Looks like they're in 2 separate cars tonight, so they will not be racing against each other. Hanna in the street stock, and it looks like Hamann is in the modified. Sprint cars rolling off right now. 360 sprints rolling out for their hot laps. Fast time right now is Tim Christensen with a 19.412, Dakota Osborne 19.720, Logan Christensen 20.923, the only 3 cars to take time so far. Looks like Reese Carey, Dylan Paddock, Dakota Osborne, and Jordan McConnell on track right now. Looks like Dylan Paddock just took over fast time here in hot laps, 18.709. Jordan McConnell second with an 18.726. Dakota Osborne third with an 18.823. Tim Christensen 19.412. Reese Carey 19.779. And Logan Christensen rounds out the field at a 20.923. 6 sprint cars on tap for tonight. You guys want some more info on the Dirt Series, check out Dirt Series on Facebook. On race night, Dirt Series posted the lineups for all classes in there. So you've got the Understeer Motorsports Modifieds tonight, the 360 Wing Sprint Cars, and the Street Stocks. Little rundown about some of the drivers. Let's see. Start off, Modifieds are on track right now for hot laps. We'll give a little rundown on them. Bobby Morrison in the 117 from Paducah, Kentucky. Craig Gullickson in the 52 from Hammond, Wisconsin. Bob Gullickson in the 6, St. Paul, Minnesota. Dennis Partridge in the 99. They have no location on Dennis. Kyle Vohringer from Maquoketa, Iowa. Torrin Shirts, Eldon, Missouri. Actually, I believe that is Montana. Not 100% sure. That is Eldon, Montana. And you have Michael Haman from Ireton, Iowa, and Dylan Petty from, looks like, Midlothian, Texas. Those are your drivers in the Understeer Motorsports Modifieds. In the Wing Sprint Cars, you have Reese Carey from Gumboro, Delaware in the 37, Jordan McConnell in the 32, Dakota Osborne, Savannah, Montana in the 79, Dylan Paddock, Savannah, New York in the 8, Tim Christensen from Menomonee, Wisconsin in the 4 car, Logan Christensen from Fairmont, Minnesota in the 27. In the Street Stocks, you have Edward Easley in the 71 from Florida, Chad Hanna from Lisbon, North Dakota in the 3, Derek Fedkenauer, Livermore, Iowa in the 86, Leland Caldwell, Lisbon, North Dakota in the 34, Brad Doss, Hermitage, Arkansas in the 26, Jonathan Anderson, Tullahoma, Tennessee in the 13, and Trevor Baker in the 24 from Kabul, Montana. That is where all your drivers are from. Give a little rundown. Looks like right now, Bobby Morrison, fast time in the UMP Modified for the hot laps, 20.954. Michael Haman, 21.540, second. Dylan Petty at the 5, actually just took over second with a 21.305. Moves him on down to third. Bob Gullickson, 21,795. Kyle Villringer, 22,073. And Torrin Shirts, 22,434. That'll round out the cars that have taken time so far. Waiting to finish up hot laps here for the New Era Bash race number 4 at Williams Grove. As soon as that's done, we'll roll right into heat races for tonight. Looks like the modifieds will have 2 heat races with 4 cars each. The sprint cars will have 1 with 6 cars, and the street stocks will have 1 with 7 cars. So, waiting for hot laps to get over, and we will kick off here shortly. Looks like the order will be street stocks, 8 laps or 5 minutes for the heat race. Wing sprints, 8 laps or 5 minutes. Understeer motorsports modifieds, 10 laps or 8 minutes. Features for tonight, street stocks are 25 laps or 15 minutes. Wing sprints is 20 laps, 15 minutes. And understeer motorsports modifieds, 30 laps or 20 minutes. Hot laps just about wrapped up for the modified. Street stocks have been called to the grid for their heat race. The lineup for the heat race will be Edward Easley on the pole in the 71 car, Chad Hanna outside in the 3, Derek Fedkenhauer third in the 86, Leland Karlblom 4th in the 34, Brad Doss 5th in the 26, Jonathan Anderson 6th in the 13, and Trevor Baker rounds out the field in the 24 car. Field getting all lined up, getting ready to fire here off of turn 4, I believe. Green flag is out. Looks like Chad Hanna gets a good jump on the field. Gets to drive down into turn 1 and 2 with the lead. Right behind him, the 71, Edward Easley right on his tail. Derek Fedkenhauer right behind him. Looks like we have trouble back in turn 2. Looks like the 13 just got out of the groove, got a little sideways, made a little contact. That's Jonathan Anderson, made a little bit of contact with Trevor Baker. In line back up for a complete restart. Edward Easley will be on the pole in the 71 again with Chad Hanna to his outside. See if Easley can get a little bit better restart this time. Hanna got a good jump on him last time. Green flag's out. Hannah gets a big shove from Leland Carlblom down into turn 1. He'll come out with the lead coming out of turn 2. 3 wide now with Eastley in the middle. Fedkenhauer gets turned, hooked up. Hannah upside down now. Pretty much everybody in the field involved in this one. Three wide wasn't going to work there coming off the corner. He had Hannah on the outside, Ed Eastley in the middle, and Derek Fedkenhauer on the bottom. Just ran out of racetrack. Hannah kind of tried to pinch the 71 down, and I don't know if he didn't realize Fedkenhauer was there or not, but they made contact, and Fedkenhauer got hooked in the right rear, came up into Hannah. Hannah hit the wall and flipped over. Field's getting bunched back up. Another complete restart, going green this time by. Here they come into turn 3. Eastley on the bottom, Hannah on the outside. Green flag's out. Hannah with the big jump again. Carlblom to Hannah's outside now. Carlblom and Eastley side by side make contact. All drive away. Eastley still sideways. Fedkenhauer since has cleared both of them. Moved into second place in that 86 car. Brad Doss sitting third in the 26. Right now you have Hannah, Fedkenhauer, Doss, Eastley, Trevor Baker, Leland Carlblom, and Jonathan Anderson round out the field. A little bit of contact between Carlblom and look like Baker. Carlblom hits the inside wall. Caution is out for Carlblom in turn 3. People not familiar with how the restarts work here for Dirt Series, they do Delaware style. Leader has a row to himself. Second place chooses inside outside, and then from there everybody behind him does the opposite. So third place right now is on the outside. Third, fifth, seventh. So odds outside, evens inside, and it all depends on where the second place starter chooses to restart. Here they come into turn 3, going green this time by. Hannah, your leader. Fedkenhauer on the inside. Doss on the outside. You have Ed Eastley, Trevor Baker, Jonathan Anderson, and Carlblom round out the field. Green flag's out. Hannah gets a good jump with the advantage into 1. It's like contact further back between Anderson and Eastley. Everybody's still rolling. Fedkenhauer looking underneath of Hannah for the lead right now. Drives in on his quarter panel, makes slight contact, gets hit from behind by Trevor Baker. Top 4 cars all lined up right now. Baker makes contact. Big trouble in the back with Eastley, Carlblom, and Jonathan Anderson. Anderson sitting backwards right at the flag stand. His car's hurt pretty bad. It won't turn. Anderson forced to retire from this race. At least from this heat race. He'll be able to come back for the feature. Leaving Carl Blom quite a bit of damage. 5 laps to go in this heat race. Yeah, Hanna still out front. Fedkenhauer second. Doss third. Baker fourth. Eastley fifth. Carl Blom, the last car on track right now. Green flag's out for Chad Hanna. Derek Fedkenhauer right behind him. Restart with single file this time. Running 2 different lines. Fedkenhauer a little bit higher than Hanna going through the corner. Hanna pulls away. Daltz actually looks underneath of Fedkenhauer for second now. Fedkenhauer right there with Hanna again. About 2 car length advantage at the stripe that time by. Fedkenhauer looking low. Hanna up about a half a car width further than Fedkenhauer right now. Dawson Baker right there hot on their heels. One mistake and they're all over him. Fedkenhauer can get underneath of Hanna, just can't pull off the pass. Looks like Doss hit the inside wall a little bit there. Here comes Trevor Baker to the outside of Doss now. Tucks back in, can't do anything. Still single file, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ed Eastley a little bit further back, about a half a straightaway from the leaders. 2 laps to go in this heat race. Fedkenhauer and Hanna look like they're about evenly matched. Neither one pulling away or gaining any advantage. Fedkenhauer got a run off of turn 4, just couldn't pull it off. White flag this time by for Chad Hanna in this heat race for street stocks. Hanna still leading down the backstretch on the last lap. Here comes Fedkenhauer. Can he do anything with him? It's a big run. Gets right to his bumper. Just can't pull off the pass. Nose to tail at the stripe. Hanna, Fedkenhauer, Doss, Baker, Eastley, and looks like that's it. Looks like Carl Blom retired. So those were the only cars still on track. Sprint car heat race coming up next. Your lineup for this race: Reese Carey in the 37 starting on the pole, Jordan McConnell second. In the 32, Dakota Osborne 79 third, Dylan Paddock fourth in the 8, Tim Christensen fifth in the 4, and Logan Christensen rounds out the field in the 27. Going green in turn 4. Reese Carey on the pole for this race in the 37 car. They were going to go green this time by, but the field couldn't hold a good pace, so they're restarting again. Looks like Reese Carey, Jordan McConnell 1-2 on the front row. And you've got Dakota Osborne and Dylan Paddock in row 2. Tim Christensen and Logan Christensen round out the field. Green flag's out for the sprint cars. Trouble already. Reese Carey flipping violently down the front stretch. Looked like he made contact with the 32 of McConnell. McConnell kind of came down the track and Made some contact with Kerry, sent him flipping. Complete restart this time. Reese Kerry will get the pole back again. Going green this time by. Reese Carey and Jordan McConnell give it a try again. Green flag's out. Racing in this heat race. McConnell gets the jump. Carey in second gets a shot from behind from the 8. Dylan Paddock. That slows Paddock down. Allows Dakota Osborne to move up to second. Car in the move right now on the high side. Like Logan Christensen, the 27, making the high side work, and he is passing cars left and right. He's up to third place, started last on the field. See what he's got for these top 3 here in the final laps of this race. A little bit of contact between second and third. That's Osborne and Paddock. Contact again at the front of the field sends McDonald around. Looks like the 8 of Paddock tried to pull off a slide job and tried to slide job multiple cars at one time, and it just didn't work for him. Ended up making contact with McDonald. McDonald went around, made contact, and then Paddock made contact with the 79 of Osborne, and that sent Osborne around into the inside wall. And then Logan Christensen hit Osborne as he was spinning, so heavy damage to those cars. Logan Christensen's car is missing the whole front bodywork. There's nothing left on it. Looks like the 79 Dakota Osborne missing the front wing off the car. Going green this time by the damaged car, Logan Christensen out front. See how much it affects him. Tim Christensen second. Dakota Osborne third. Contact between the 32 of McDonald and looked like Osborne. Send both of them into the wall. Apparently the damage to the 27 isn't enough to affect it because he is moving right now. His fast time is an 18.742 in the session. He just ran an 18.837. Oh, there's a 18.751, so he's 1/100th of a second off of his lap times. White flag this time by Logan Christensen. Pick up the win in the heat race easily. Modified heat race number 1. Bobby Morrison in the 117 on the pole for heat 1. Craig Gullickson second in the 52. Bob Gullickson third in the 6. And Dennis Partridge Jr. rounding out this first heat race for the Understeer Motorsports Modifieds. Looks like also Stephen Shady in the 78 tagging the rear of the field in this heat race. Green flag is out. Bobby Morrison on the inside. Craig Gullickson on the outside. Gullickson drives in way hard, gets a little sideways. Morrison passes him down low. Gullickson trying to fight back on the outside. Morrison clears him through 3 and 4. Bob Gullickson third in the 6 car. Bobby Morrison still your leader. Craig Gullickson trying to reel him in. He's right on his tail going into turn 3. Has a nose up under his quarter panel coming off of turn 4. Can't pull off the pass. Morrison has the better advantage. Gullickson looks inside again, gets up to his door, but once again Morrison pulls away. Good battle for the lead as these two cars are pulled away by almost a straightaway over Bob Gullickson in third. Bobby Morrison and Craig Gullickson running almost identical lines around the track right now. Gullickson keep peeking to the inside, but just can't do anything with Morrison. Oh, he gets to the inside. Morrison tries to shut the door, makes contact. Gullickson backs off, lets him regroup, tucks back in line behind him. Very gentleman move right there. A lot of drivers would have kept their foot in it and driven right through him, but not Gullickson. That shows the class he's got here in this modified heat race. Still right there in tow with Morrison. Gullickson looks inside again, just can't do anything. Morrison gets the better run off of 4. Almost identical lines around this track. Morrison puts it a little bit lower than Gullickson that time through 3 and 4. Gullickson peeks to the inside and once again just can't pull off the pass. He's right there going into turn 1 though. One slip by Morrison, Gullickson's all over him. Morrison drives in a little bit harder than Gullickson into the corner. 2 to go this time by. Craig Gullickson in the 52. Bobby Morrison having a good battle here for heat race number 1 in this Understeer Motorsports Modifieds. Gullickson gets a nose to the inside of Morrison in 1 and 2, just can't pull off the pass. White flag this time by for Bobby Morrison in the 117 car in this heat race number 1. Craig Gullickson in the 52 second, hot on his heels. Gullickson tries to come in a little bit higher this time and try to cut underneath him. He gets there, just can't pull off the pass down the straightaway. Morrison takes the win. Gullickson second. Stephen Shady third. Dennis Partridge Jr. fourth. Bob Gullickson rounds out that heat race number 1 for the Understeer Motorsports Modifieds. Heat 2 rolling onto the field. Kyle Vollringer in the 01 first, Torrin Schurz second in the 33, Michael Hamann in the 19 starting third, and Dylan Petty fourth in this heat race number 2 for Understeer Modified. Understeer Motorsports Modified, excuse me. I'll catch on to that before the night's over, I promise. Bullringer and Shirts on the front row for this heat race number 2. Green flag's out. Bullringer with the advantage going into 1. Shirts right there, makes contact. Haman comes in, has nowhere to go, gets into Bullringer. Haman hit the tractor tire in the infield. He'll regain and have a complete restart here on the field. Going green again, this time by Bullringer, Shirts, Haman, Petty. Your field for heat race number 2 of the Understeer Motorsports Modified. Haman, the winner the last 2 weeks in the late models. We'll see what he's got here in the UMP Modifieds tonight. Green flag's back out. Bullringer with a good jump. Haman and Petty make contact. Shirts underneath the Bullringer. Makes contact there. Gets a little sideways. Petty going to try to take advantage. Bullringer pulling away. Petty hits the wall. Goes flying through the air. Comes to a stop in turn 3. Going green this time by Bullringer, Shirts, Haman, Petty. Green flag's out. We're back racing. Bullringer gets the run into 1. 3 wide for second now between Haman, Petty, and Shirts. Shirts with the advantage coming off the corner. Petty kind of moves him up the track a little bit. Tries the slide job. Petty gets a little more sideways than he wants to. Shirts with the advantage on the outside. Petty makes contact again. Haman now peeking under Petty for 3rd. Kyle Bullringer pulling away. Torn Shirts in 2nd. Michael Haman and Dylan Petty battling for 3rd here at the back. Petty has the advantage right now. Haman all over him. Haman hits the outside wall coming off of turn 4. Looks way up the track. Gets really, really sideways. Petty now with the advantage. Pulls away by about 6 car lengths for 3rd. Field pretty much spread out now. Bullringer about a half a straightaway ahead of Shirts. Five laps down, 5 laps to go in this heat race number 2 for the Understeer Motorsports Modifieds. Kyle Bullringer with a huge advantage right now in this heat race. At about 3/4 of a straightaway on Torn Shirts in 2nd. Dylan Petty 3rd. Michael Haman rounds out this heat race field in 4th in the 19. Looking at lap times on my telemetry. Kyle Bullringer His best lap is a 21.046. That's 0.3 of a second quicker than anybody else in this heat race with him. Dylan Petty has a 21.305. Haman with a 21.382. And Torrin Schertz with a 21.416. 2 to go this time by. Petty under Schertz for second. Contact. Schertz gets sideways. Petty allows him to regain it. Drives into one. Petty drives in too hard. Gets sideways. It's going to allow Schertz to pull away a little bit. Petty tries to slide job on Schertz. Makes contact. Gets sideways. Everybody pretty much going to round out where they were. Bowringer, Schertz, Petty, Haman round out the field. About a 3-minute intermission here, and then racing will resume with the street stock feature. We'll return as soon as we play the national anthem.
As he honors America, and we salute our troops around the world with the playing of our national anthem.
Street stocks making their way to the grid here at the New Era Bash for the Dirt Series. Brought to you tonight by Midwest Racing Development, Finish First Designs, and Understeer Motorsports. This is race number 4 in the Bash here at Williams Grove. Street stocks rolling out right now. Your lineup: Chad Hanna in the 3 from Lisbon, North Dakota. Derek Fedkenhauer, 2nd in the 86 from Livermore, Iowa. Brad Doss, Hermitage, Arkansas, starting 3rd in the 26. Trevor Baker, Kabul, Montana in the 24, starting 4th. Edward Easley, 5th in the 71. Leland Karlblom, 34 and 6th. And Jonathan Anderson rounding out your street stock field in the 13 car in 7th. Good looking rides here tonight in the street stock division. Fedkenhauer with his usual orange and black number 86 car. Busch Light, nice looking car. It's like the 26 of Brad Doss has a Fox Shocks car. Black, fluorescent yellow, white, sharp looking car. Monster Energy also on there. Hooters on the back bumper. Trevor Baker in the 24. School of Racing graphics on the quarter panel of that car. It says Shaken Baker down the bottom of the rocker panel. Nice looking car there. Going green next time by. Just got one to go here at the line, going into turn 1 right now. Had a little bit of a lineup mix-up. Edward Easley was out of position. They got him back in his spot in 5th place. We'll go green this time by. Hanna and Fedkenhauer on the front row. 25 laps for these 7 cars in the street stock. Green flag's out. And on the inside, Fedkenhauer on the outside. See who has the advantage coming off turn 2. Looks like Hanna gets a better drive off the corner. Fedkenhauer right there, still has a nose at the quarter panel. Backs off a little bit, tucks in line. Hanna pulls away by about a car length and a half. Here comes Fedkenhauer back under him. Underneath the Fedkenhauer, you've got Doss and Baker. Fedkenhauer gets the advantage. Those two make a little bit of contact. Fedkenhauer looks underneath the Hanna in turn 1. Baker underneath the Doss in 2. Around goes Edward Easley in turn 1. He gets back rolling again. Not sure if we'll have a yellow. Don't believe we will. Everybody continues on. Oh, there's the yellow right there. Looks like Jonathan Anderson also got a piece of that wreck. Easley and Karlblom made a little bit of contact. Karlblom got a little sideways, slowed up. Easley had nowhere to go, got in the side, spun around. Anderson had nowhere to go, hit him head on. So your lineup going to be Chad Hanna out front, Fedkenhauer choosing inside now. Brad Doss in third on the outside. Trevor Baker, Leland Caldblom, Ed Eastley, and Jonathan Anderson round out the field. Green flag's out. Hannah gets a good jump out front. Delaware restarts always benefit the leader most of the time. He uses it to his advantage here. Fedkenhauer fighting back on the inside right now, though. Looks to the inside. Hannah kind of chops his line a little bit. Fedkenhauer still underneath, drives up, pushes the nose a little bit, backs off to keep from running Hannah over. Hannah with the advantage coming off of turn 4. Fedkenhauer looking low underneath him again, door to door through 1 and 2. See who has the advantage coming up off the corner. Hannah with the advantage, chops down a little bit, cuts off the line Fedkenhauer had. Fedkenhauer dive it down into turn 3 again, trying to get side by side with Hannah once again. Hannah has the advantage with the outside line. That outside line just pulls up off the corner, has better grip. Fedkenhauer gets a nose up underneath the Hannah again. Third place, Trevor Baker now. Top 3 pull away a little bit. Fourth place, Brad Doss just hit the inside wall coming off of turn 2. He's now falling all the way back to 5th. Hannah with about a 2-car length advantage over Fedkenhauer. Throw a blanket over the top 3 cars. They're nose to tail going into turn 3 right now. Fedkenhauer right there can get a nose underneath the Hannah, just can't make the pass work. Now he's under pressure from Trevor Baker. Trevor Baker right there on Fedkenhauer's back bumper. Top 3 cars still nose to tail coming down the backstretch. No real advantage. Everybody looks pretty even. Baker looks under Fedkenhauer, gets a little sideways off the corner. Fedkenhauer with the advantage, pulls away back down the straightaway. Baker right there on his bumper for second. Baker running all the way at the bottom of the track. Hannah up high now. That'll allow Fedkenhauer to get a run on Hannah. He's right there, got a nose underneath him going into turn 3. Door to door off of 4. They make a little contact, Fedkenhauer and Hannah. Fedkenhauer takes the lead with that contact, trying to slide job, didn't work. Hannah back to 3rd now. Baker moves up to 2nd. I don't believe Hannah's very happy with that move. He'll get back there, and I'd like to see it. Those two were having a good battle. Like to see them battle for this win. Fedkenhauer, Baker, Hannah, your top 3 right now, nose to tail off of turn 4. A little bit of contact between 2nd and 3rd. Hannah got in the left rear quarter panel with Baker there. That allows Fedkenhauer to pull away by about 5 car lengths. Fedkenhauer slipped up a little bit off 2. Baker took advantage, looked underneath him, drove past. Looked like Fedkenhauer got up just a little. Well, looked like he got in a little bit too hard. Car corrected quicker than he thought. He checked up. Baker drove right on by. Hannah looking underneath the Fedkenhauer now for 2nd. Gets by. Looked like he pulled a little brake check move there, showing his displeasure for the move that Fedkenhauer pulled on him earlier. Baker out front by about 5 car lengths. Fedkenhauer and Hannah door to door now. These two have had a couple run-ins already in this race. We'll see how this plays out. Hannah up high, Fedkenhauer down low, door to door down the straightaway. Going into turn 3, who's got the advantage? Looks like Fedkenhauer dives in, Hannah backs off, gives him the line, tries to drive under him. Can't pull it off. Fedkenhauer pulls away. Hannah gets into the outside wall. Here comes Leland Caldblom in 4th, right to Hannah's back bumper now. Brad Doss also making a return from his hit to the infield wall earlier in the race. He's back now. These guys battling allowed Trevor Baker to pull away by, I'd say, just about a quarter of a straightaway now over Fedkenhauer. Hanna battling back on Fedkenhauer right now. He's back to within a couple car lengths. Karlblom and Doss just made a little bit of contact behind these guys. 10 laps to go this time by for Trevor Baker out front in the 24. Can Fedkenhauer reel him in any is my question. Trevor Baker unchallenged right now. Fedkenhauer in second, Hanna third. Real battle right now is for fourth between Brad Dawson and Leland Karlblom side by side through 1 and 2. Karlblom with the advantage off the corner. Doss still right there though. Yellow flag's out. At the 13, Jonathan Anderson just lost it going into turn 1, hit the inside wall. It's going to set up a good battle for the lead here, though. Baker, Fedkenhauer, and Hanna were all pretty even. I'm not sure how this is going to pan out now. We'll see. Fedkenhauer and Hanna have had some run-ins here. 7 laps to go, 18 laps into the race. Baker, Fedkenhauer, Hanna, 1, 2, 3. Karlblom, 4th. Doss, 5th. Ed Eastley, 6th. And Jonathan Anderson rounds out the field. Single file restart this time by Trevor Baker. Leads him down through turn 3. Derek Fedkenhauer right there with him. Green flag's out. Baker, Fedkenhauer, Hanna. Leland Karlblom all over Hanna's back bumper now. Baker with the advantage into turn 1 by about a car length. Fedkenhauer looks low on him. Baker gets a good drive off. Fedkenhauer is not going to be able to do anything with him this time by. Hanna right on Fedkenhauer's back bumper now. Karlblom right with him. Fedkenhauer about car length and a half back off of Baker's back bumper. See if he has anything for him here with 6 laps to go. Fedkenhauer slips up a little bit off of 2 like he did earlier. That's what gave Baker the lead originally. Just did the same thing again. Got a little sideways. Looked like he had to pedal it. Baker pulled away. 5 to go this time by. Baker unchallenged right now, got about a 4 car length lead over Fedkenhauer. Hanna in second, right on Fedkenhauer's back bumper. Fedkenhauer pulls away by about 2 car lengths down the backstretch. Baker about a 5 car length lead over Fedkenhauer now. Hanna running a little bit of a higher line compared to everybody else, actually losing ground doing it. Looks like he just can't get his car on the bottom like Fedkenhauer and Baker can. Baker running pretty much the middle of the track through 3 and 4 now. Barring any incident, I think Baker's going to be unchallenged here. He's got about a 6 car length advantage down the backstretch over Derek Fedkenauer. He's got about the same advantage over Hannah in 3rd, and Hannah has about the same advantage over Doss in 4th. 2 to go this time by for Trevor Baker. Baker drives into turn 3, nice and easy. Drives off of turn 4 to get the white flag here. Still about a 7 or 8 car advantage over Fedkenauer. Fedkenauer just can't do anything with him. Coming off of turn 4, Fedkenauer gets to about 5 car lengths, just not going to have enough. Trevor Baker, your winner in the 24 car. Fedkenauer second in the 86. Chad Hanna third in the 3 car. Brad Doss fourth. Leland Carlblom fifth. Edward Easley sixth. And Jonathan Anderson rounds out your 7 car field here in the street stock division. Get a word with our street stock winner, Trevor Baker. Trevor, how you doing, man?
I'm glad that's over with.
Yeah, got a little hairy there for a little bit. I know Hannah and Fedkenauer were battling pretty hard, and looked like you took over second, and Fedkenauer just slipped up enough for you to get by, and he didn't have anything for you after that.
Yeah, I may have just lucked into that one, the way my luck's been going lately in this series. It's nice to catch a break once in a while.
Good driving tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I want to thank Midwest Racing Development for giving me the setup here. And I got to thank second place Derek. He's a teammate of mine, and he may be playing blocker a little bit there.
Yeah, it looked like you both got out front. Hannah really had nothing for him. You had about a 6 or 7 car length lead, and he had about the same over Hannah. So good to see, and we'll see you in victory lane here again pretty soon, man.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for putting this on. Appreciate it.
It's your winner of the Street Stock feature, Trevor Baker. I believe next to roll out will be the sprint car division. That is correct. Let's get a lineup for the sprint cars. Looks like starting on the pole, the 27, Logan Christensen from Fairmont, Minnesota. Tim Christensen, Menominee, Wisconsin, second. Dylan Paddock, Savannah, New York, third. Jordan McDonald, fourth. Reese Carey, Gumboro, Delaware, fifth. And Dakota Osborne from Savannah, Montana rounds out your 6 car field in this 360 wing sprint car feature.
I don't know if you want to.
Looks like the 8 car Dylan Paddock missing from action in this race. 20 laps the distance here for the sprint cars at at the Dirt Series. New Era Bash, race number 4 at Williams Grove Speedway. Going green this time by. Tim Christensen gets a big jump. Looks like Logan Christensen had some issues on the start there, fell way back, went from the pole to 5th in one corner. Battle out front now, Tim Christensen in the 4, Dakota Osborne in the 79, and Jordan McDonald in the 32. 1, 2, 3 right now. McDonald just got by Osborne for second. Osborne gets a little sideways, gathers it up down the backstretch. Christensen, Tim Christensen that is, with the lead right now. He gets sideways. The 32 of McDonald had nowhere to go and got into the back of him and sent him spinning. Dakota Osborne also went for a spin, trying to avoid there. Go back to green this time by. Second place. Second place, Logan Christensen picks the outside line. He's got to put the 37 Reese Carey on the inside in third. Tim Christensen on the outside. And Dakota Osborne rounding out the top 5. McDonald out front on a row of his own. Logan Christensen got a better start that time. Tries to draw a bead on Jordan McDonald out front in the 32. About a 4-car length advantage right now for McDonald out front. Christensen right there on his tail. Yellow flag is out, turn 3. .37 car, Reese Carey, cause of the caution. Looks like he just got out of the groove coming up off the corner. Hit the outside wall and went for a spin. Going green with 17 to go. Jordan McDonald out front. Logan Christensen and Dakota Osborne on row 2. Tim Christensen and Reese Carey round out the field. Green flag's out. McDonald gets a good jump. Logan Christensen about 4 car lengths back now. Draws a bead on him, gets within a car length through the corner. Slips up just a little bit. That's going to allow McDonald to pull away a little bit. Logan Christensen trying to catch Jordan McDonald out front. Makes contact, gets a little sideways, gathers the car back up, gets straight again. Now he's under fire from the 79 of Dakota Osborne for second. Osborne right there looking low on Christensen. Looks like the caution brought out by the 4. Tim Christensen and Reese Carey made contact in turn 3. Christensen going for a spin. Going green this time by. Jordan McDonald out front. Logan Christensen still second. Dakota Osborne third. Reese Carey fourth. Tim Christensen fifth. Logan Christensen got a good run last time on the restart. See if he can do it again. Right on the bumper of McDonald this time. Dakota Osborne also right there on top of him. Top 3 cars, nose to tail, going into turn 1. Coming off of 2. Advantage to Christensen. McDonald drives in a little deep. Puts the right rear right up on the cushion on the outside wall. Reese Carey sideways in the back of the field. McDonald pulls back away with the advantage. Here comes Christensen back underneath. Just about made contact coming out of 2. McDonald runs high again, puts that right rear right up on the cushion. Logan Christensen right on his tail. Looks underneath him in turn 2. Can't pull off the pass. Still there going into turn 3, side by side now for the lead. Christensen tried to pull off the slide job, thought better about it, backed off. Cost him 2 spots. He's right back going for the lead again into turn 1. Dakota Osborne with the slide job that time, didn't pull it off. Here comes McDonald back by him. Christensen back to second. McDonald looks like he's struggling through 3 and 4, just can't keep it aligned. Christensen goes to the outside. All 3 make contact. Osborne gathers it in, thought he was going to lose it. Still not done wrecking. Osborne spins in turn 2. What a crazy couple laps there. Logan Christensen, in my opinion, was really aggressive, but I mean, Jordan McDonald was right up on the cushion coming off of 4. I don't know if there was contact. Looks like there was a little bit of contact between him and Logan Christensen. He moved down the track a little bit. Christensen filled the hole on the outside. Osborne was down on the inside, so I don't know if McDonald knew he was there, tried to give him room, came up, or he was trying to block Christensen, but they were 3 wide at the line, and Christensen came away with the advantage. But right now, coming to the restart, the 32, McDonald back out front, going green this time by. Single file restart. Got McDonald, Logan Christensen, Tim Christensen, Reese Carey, and Dakota Osborne. Rounds out your field for sprint cars. See if Osborne can drive back through the field. I know it's a short field, but the track seems to be going away a little bit. We'll see if he can take advantage and drive back through. Green flag's out. McDonald gets a good jump. Out by about 4 car lengths going into turn 1. Christensen right there coming off of turn 2 now. About 2 car length advantage for McDonald going into turn 3. Christensen trying to draw a beat on McDonald. Going into 3. McDonald putting it up on the cushion, right up against the outside wall again. Contact. Christensen gets into the left rear. Loses 2 positions and a lot of ground. Here comes Tim Christensen up into second. Dakota Osborne third. McDonald with about 3/4 of a straightaway lead now over the 4. 79 in third is Osborne. Logan Christensen all the way back to 4th. That was a heartbreaker. I thought he had a chance to get by McDonald for the lead. He had a stronger car, just slipped up a little bit, made contact, got sideways, and that's all she wrote. I don't think he's going to overcome that one. 5 laps to go this time by. Looks like the groove has moved right up. The cushion is right up against the outside wall for these sprint cars. Come in a little low and then put the right rear right up against the outside wall. Drive up hard. McDonald with about 3/4 of a straightaway. Tim Christensen and Dakota Osborne make contact into 3. Here comes Logan Christensen back into 3rd past Tim Christensen. Trying to draw a bead on the 79 of Dakota Osborne now for 2nd. Right on his tail. 2 to go this time by. Christensen overdrives it, gets loose, hits the fence. Backs it into the fence, gets rolling again, no caution. Bad luck for Logan Christensen just continues. White flag this time by for Jordan McDonald. Lap car coming off the 4 gets in the wall. Reese Carey hit the wall. Jordan McDonald had nowhere to go, ran into the back of him, still took the win. Dakota Osborne for the win. Looks like Logan Christensen takes out the 32 after the race. Try to get a word with our winner here. Not Jordan McDonald, actually Luke Repsick. Luke, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well after that one.
It looked like you had a good drive there. I thought the 27 was going to give you a run there. You got into your left rear and just kind of lost it.
Yeah, I felt him tap me a few times. That didn't really upset the car too much, but I was getting nervous when I heard him, and then his engine just kind of disappeared, and I was on my own, I guess, at the end.
Now, to me, it looked like the cushion's pretty much right up against the outside wall. I mean, did it just gradually move up there, or I mean, I know you kind of ran the middle at the beginning of the race, and then sort of moved up. I mean, how was it at the end of the race? Starting to get a little slick?
It was pretty good at the end of the race. I mean, at the beginning, it really didn't feel like there was much cushion there. It kind of felt like you went straight to the wall, so I was kind of trying to stay right above the slick and not get too far up there. But by the end of the race, it was worked in pretty well. I was able to get on the gas a little bit harder to catch it. But
Well, awesome job tonight, man. Anybody you want to thank?
not really. I haven't ran iRacing in a while. Just kind of got on here where the default setup and went. So I think Dirt Series putting it on, I guess.
Well, welcome back to iRacing. Hope to see more of you here with the Dirt Series.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That was your winner, Luke Repsick, in the sprint car in the 32 car. UMP Modified feature rolling out right now. Understeer Motorsports Modifieds. Starting lineup, Bobby Morrison on the pole, Kyle Voringer on the outside, Craig Gullickson third, Torrin Schertz fourth, Stephen Shady fifth, Dylan Petty sixth, Dennis Pottridge seventh, Michael Haman eighth, and Bob Gullickson rounds out the field in ninth. That Modified's getting a couple hot laps, get a feel for the track. We'll get them lined back up here in a minute and go green on this feature. .30-lap feature tonight for the UMP Modifieds. Understeer Motorsports Modifieds. Once again tonight, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Midwest Racing Development, Finish First Designs, and Understeer Motorsports. Here for the New Era Bash, race number 4 with Dirt Series. Bobby Morrison out front in the 117. Kyle Vohringer to his outside in the 0-1. Going green, this time by. Green flag's out. We're racing here in UMP modified action. Vohringer with the advantage into turn 1 on the outside. Morrison fights back on the inside, but Vohringer just has the better line. Drives off, clears him down the backstretch. Morrison draws a bead to him, has Gullickson right up his back bumper, putting pressure on him. Top 3 cars now pulled away by about 5 car lengths over fourth. Morrison and Vohringer battling for the lead. Morrison got a good run into turn 1, just couldn't do anything with Vohringer. Gullickson looks under Morrison for second now, just can't do anything. Still inside down the straightaway. Morrison still with the advantage going into turn 1 and 2. Gullickson right there on his left rear quarter panel all the way through the corner. Vohringer now pulls away to about a half a straightaway lead over the 117 of Morrison. Looks like Gullickson going to try the high line now, try to get a run on Morrison off of turn 4. Can't pull it off. Good battle right now. Gullickson in the 52, Morrison in the 117. Gullickson running just a little bit higher. Morrison slides up, blocks his line. Gullickson dives down below him. He's right on his quarter panel. Morrison slips up a little bit off the 4. Gullickson still right there at his door number with his front bumper. Just can't pull off the pass coming through 1 or 2. Down the backstretch, Morrison with about a half a car length advantage over Gullickson. Vohringer about a half a straightaway ahead of these two. Yellow flag is out. Looks like the number 6 of Bob Gullickson got a little high out of turn 2, hit the opening down the backstretch, went flipping down the backstretch about, looks like 3, 4, back on his wheels, went back in, got his car repaired, he's back out joining the field. Going green next time by. Vohringer out front by himself in the 0-1. Morrison second, picked the inside line in the 117. Gullickson third in the 52 on the outside. Torrin Shirts fourth. It's like Stephen Shady fifth. Coming to the green. Green flag's out. Morrison gets a good run under Vohringer down the straightaway. Vohringer pulls him again down into turn 1. Morrison got a nose right at the quarter panel. Makes contact. Not sure with who, looks like Dylan Petty. Looks like Petty got a big run down into turn 1. Dove underneath the 78 of Stephen Shady. Just couldn't hold the bottom line. Slid up, caught Shady, and then the right front of his car caught Morrison. Also involved Shirts the 99 of Partridge, and the 19 of Haman also got a little piece of the action there. Kyle Voringer out front now. Craig Gullickson moves into second with Morrison having the bad luck getting caught up in that wreck. Stephen Shady, third. Looks like fourth going to be the car we just talked about flipping down the backstretch. Bob Gullickson in the sixth. Michael Haman. Dylan Petty. Dennis Partridge. Torrin Shirts. And Bobby Morrison rounds out the field. Morrison just in second. Tough break for him. We'll see if he can get back up through the field. Like Dennis Partridge and Bob Gullickson switch spots. Partridge moved up to fourth, Gullickson fifth. Dylan Petty rounded out the field. Torrin Shirts right in front of him. Bobby Morrison third to last. It's like Petty and Shirts making some contact. I don't know if Petty's happy with Shirts right now. Not sure why. Petty caused that last caution, so not sure why he's unhappy with somebody else when he's the one that caused himself to go to the rear. Craig Gullickson picks the inside on the restart. Voringer with a road to himself, Delaware style restart. Green flag's out for Voringer. Voringer with a big jump. Shady on the outside of Gullickson now for second. Shady goes a little wide. Gullickson gets back clear of him down the backstretch. See what Shady does going into three. Looks inside of Gullickson. Slides up, makes a little bit of contact. They both straighten it out, drive off to turn four. Voringer with about a half straightaway lead now. Man on the move though, Bobby Morrison all the way back up to fifth place. Battling the 99 of Dennis Partridge for fourth right now. See if Morrison can get back up here by the end of this feature. Morrison under the 99 now for fourth. 99 Partridge gets a big run off the two. So does Morrison though. Morrison has the advantage going into turn three. Yellow flag's out. It's the 5 of Dylan Petty again. Him and Bob Gullickson were side by side coming off the corner. Made a little contact with the inside wall off 4, came up, hit Gullickson, and went for a spin into turn 1.
Second place.
Voringer out front. Gullickson picks the inside once again. Shady on the outside in third. 99 Partridge. 117 of Morrison on the outside now. We'll see if he can do anything up on that outside of Partridge now. Got a fast car, just had to come through the field. We'll see if he's got anything. Voringer out, Delaware style restart out on a row by himself with Gullickson and Shady right behind him in row 2. Not sure if Morrison trying to lay back and get a run or not, but just finally filled the gap up to the back bumper of the 78 car. Green flag's out. Bowringer, Gullickson. Gullickson looks to the inside of Bowringer. Makes a little bit of contact. Everybody behind that piles in. It's a big wad of cars going down into turn 1 there. Gullickson was underneath of the 0-1 of Bowringer. Looks like there wasn't contact between those two, but behind them, Gullickson and Bowringer didn't make contact, but Shady made contact with the 117 of Morrison. In came the 6 of Gullickson, the 5 of Petty. Those 4 in a big pile of cars down in the corner. Single file restart now for Bowringer. Gullickson still in second. Green flag's out. Bowringer gets a good jump, about a 2-car advantage over Gullickson down the straightaway. Gullickson looks low. Can't pull off the pass. Bowringer slides just a little bit. Allows Gullickson to pull a bead right back to his bumper. Gullickson right there on the back of Bowringer. 99 of Dennis Partridge made a huge run into the corner. Slipped up. Actually let Torrin Shirts take advantage, move into third. Bobby Morrison back into fourth in the 117 car. Michael Haman in the 19 right there as well. Bowringer about a 3-car advantage over Gullickson now. Shirts about 3 cars behind Gullickson. Morrison right there. Partridge, Haman, and Shady all nose to tail. Contact in the back of the field between Gullickson and Petty. Gullickson will hit the wall, go around. He's up against the outside wall in turn 1. Looks like he got off the track quick enough. Out front, Bowringer still with about a 3-car advantage over Gullickson. Gullickson draws a bead down into the corner. Just can't get as good of a run as Bowringer up off. About a half a straightaway advantage for those two now over third place. Torrin Shirts. Bobby Morrison right behind him. We've got Partridge, Shady, and Haman all nose to tail. Petty not far behind them. That's a good 4-car battle right now. Out front, Gullickson can get a bumper right to the back of Bowringer, just can't do anything with him. Battle right now is for third between Shirts and Morrison. Shirts up high, Morrison down low. A little contact through the corner. Shirts pulls back away. Morrison draws a bead to his back bumper. Out front, Bowringer still by 2 car lengths over Gullickson. Gullickson right there through the corner. No contact made, but man, are they right on top of each other all the way through the corners. $15 down, 15 to go. Gullickson got a big run a couple laps ago, had to check way up. Bowringer used that to his advantage, pulled away by about 5 car lengths. Vohringer still out front by about 5 or 6 car lengths. Gullickson can get right back to him in the corner, just can't get the good run off like Vohringer is. Yellow flag out. Looks like Dylan Petty just kind of gave up on the race, went for a spin, hit the wall, and went flipping. Going green this time by in turn 4. Vohringer still out front. Gullickson right behind him. Morrison 3rd. Schertz 4th. Shady 5th. Partridge 6th. And Haman rounds out your field. Dylan Petty and Bob Gullickson both retired. Green flag's out for Vohringer. About a 2-car advantage at the stripe over Gullickson. Gullickson drives in deep, doesn't want to make contact, ends up with contact with Morrison. Gullickson and Morrison hooked together down the backstretch. Gullickson cost himself by trying to be a clean driver, ends up falling all the way back to 4th place right now, looking for 3rd under Morrison again. Contact between those two again, going into 1. Into the inside wall goes Gullickson. Morrison goes up the track, turns the 78 of Shady. Morrison has retired from the race. And 10 laps to go, going green this time by in turn 4. Looks like Torrin Schertz will take over 2nd now after all the contact between everybody. Morrison, Gullickson, everybody was making contact there. Schertz takes advantage, moves into 2nd. Gullickson now 3rd. Haman 4th. Partridge 5th. Shady rounds out the field in 6th. Green flag's out for Vohringer. About a 3-car advantage going into turn 1 over Schertz. Gullickson looks under Schertz for 2nd now. Schertz has the advantage. Gullickson with a big run off the bottom. Still side by side down the backstretch. Gullickson inside, Schertz outside. This is what Vohringer wants to see, is it's going to give him the advantage and let him pull away a little bit. Gullickson clears Schertz going into turn 1. Schertz battles back on the outside, can't get there. Coming through 3 and 4, Vohringer with about a 3-car advantage over Gullickson in 2nd. Now about 5 cars down the straightaway. Funny to see the different lines between the 3 classes. The sprint cars had the cushion right up against the outside wall. Most of these guys are back running right on the bottom to mid-track. Street stocks had a fresh track when they came out, so they ran pretty much on the bottom all the way around. It's interesting to see how that works out. Even with this being the last race, these guys are right on the bottom, not even up top. Vohringer with about a 3.5-car advantage down the backstretch. Gullickson in the 52 right there. Through the corners, about a car length through the corner, but Vohringer gets such a good run up off. About 3-car length advantage at the stripe that time. Five laps to go this time by. Vohringer still out front by about 5 cars over Gullickson. Schertz in the 33 sitting third. Hamad fourth in the 19. You got Steve Shady and Dennis Potridge rounding out your field in the UMP Modifieds. Gullickson giving it everything he's got to try to put a beat on Vohringer. Looks like he's trying a high line now. See how that works out for him. See if he gains any on Vohringer. Two laps to go this time by for Kyle Vohringer in the 0-1. Barring any issues, Vohringer's pretty much got it wrapped up now. He's got about a 10-car lead over Gullickson in second in the 52. White flag this time by for the 0-1 of Kyle Vohringer. Checkered flag this time by for the 0-1 of Vohringer. Hits the inside wall off 4. Still not going to slow him down enough. Top 3, you got Kyle Vohringer in the 0-1, 52 of Gullickson second. Torrin Schertz third in the 33. Get a word with our UMP Modified feature winner, Kyle Vohringer. Kyle, how you doing, man?
Oh, good. That was a long race.
Yeah, it looked like you checked out. The guys behind you were beating and banging, and it just allowed you to pull away. Craig tried everything he could to find something at the end there, just couldn't do it.
Yeah, these guys are always pretty good competitors, so it was pretty fun to run with them.
Yeah, I made note a few minutes ago. It was kind of funny watching the different lines through the 3 classes. You know, the sprint cars pretty much had the cushion up against the outside wall. Looked like you guys were middle, bottom. I mean, how'd the track digress through that feature for you?
I pretty much just kept slowing down, coming in a little more, and I was able to hit the traction coming off. You know, if you keep going the same speed at the beginning to the end, it was starting to push out, and I would miss the grip.
Yeah, it seemed like Craig would get a big run on you going in, and you just pull him by 4 or 5 car lengths every lap coming off the corner. So good run tonight, man. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, my team, Craig and Brad Doss. We always have a good time together, and Dirt Series for putting on the show, and you guys for broadcasting it.
Well, awesome job, man. Look forward to seeing you in Victory Lane some more at the rest of this season here at Dirt Series.
Thank you.
Second place finisher, Craig Gullickson. Craig, how are you, man?
Not too bad. I'll take that.
It looked like you gave it everything you had. You were driving that thing down into the corner, every single corner, man. And just one time, it looked like you were getting there, and you backed off to not get into Kyle, and looked like everybody behind you just kind of piled into you there.
Yeah, those restarts can be like that. Everybody goes as hard as they can to that corner to gain that spot, and they'll just get into you once in a while. Wasn't too bad. I already talked to Bobby a little bit about it, so racing deal.
Looked like you were feeling around there at the end. Did that outside line just have nothing within the last couple laps?
It was there, but it's just so hard to get a good run coming off the corner. Like, you'd have to throw it in really hard coming on the bottom and slide it up there. And I was trying to do it when Kyle was right in front of me and I just couldn't do it. I knew I couldn't just sit there and follow him around for the whole race, so.
Yeah, very hard fought second place for you though, man. The couple restarts there looked like everybody was just in a big pile, and you finally overcame it and got back to second and tried everything you could. So, anybody you want to thank?
My team, Kyle and Brad Doss. Brad ran his street stock tonight, but yeah, congrats Kyle on the win.
Second place finisher Craig Gullickson. Thanks for joining us, Craig. Third place finisher in the Understeer Motorsports UMP Modified Series tonight, Torn Shirts. Torn, how are you?
Doing good, man. That was fun. Track ended up slicking off a little bit there, but it was a fun run.
Yeah, I talked to Craig a little bit, and you kind of took advantage when everybody slipped up. I mean, you were kind of the silent killer there for a little bit. You sat in the back and let everybody run their race, and at the end there, you were right there to pounce.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 and 2, I found something a little higher than everybody, and I was gaining a lot of ground there. That helped me when I messed up. 3 and 4, my car had nothing there. Craig and Kyle just kept pulling away, but it was fun.
Well, great run. Been watching you the last couple weeks. You're a solid competitor every single week, and no matter what you're driving. So, good job. And anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Midwest Racing Development. That's our new team here. You saw the 1-2 finish in the street stock, so I was glad to get a podium finish for those guys.
Awesome deal. We'll look forward to seeing you here at the Dirt Series and Victory Lane some more the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
Torn Shirts, your third place finisher in the Understeer Motorsports UMP Modified Division tonight. Everybody, that's going to be a wrap here for No Brakes TV. Want to thank Dirt Series for having us once again. Want to thank the sponsors, Midwest Racing Development, Finish First Designs. Anybody needs overlays, graphics, car paints, websites, anything, hit up Finish First Designs. Tell them we sent you from No Brakes TV. Understeer Motorsports also. Thanks for joining us here on the New Era Bash race number 4. Go on, subscribe to YouTube for No Brakes TV. Check us out. Always broadcasting stuff. We'll be back again Wednesday night. MIRL, the Maritime iRacing League. Super late models will be there Wednesday night for that broadcast. Those guys always put on a good show, the guys north of the border in Canada, so I have to check that one out. Want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I was your announcer, Phil Ellis. Want to thank Tom for all the great camera work. Thank you, everybody, for checking out No Brakes TV. Subscribe, and we'll catch you later on.